So before I get into this, there's one thing I need to say. The sheep, Gilmore Girls characters, 100% yes. Absolutely here for that. Absolutely loved it. So anyway, In Time With You by Kristin Dwyer. This one is a difficult one for me to review, I think. I have a lot of mixed feelings when it comes to this. At its heart, it was a romance that's centered around grief, the aftermath of loss, second chances, but does have a element of magical realism woven throughout. So Neve has just lost her boyfriend, Carter, after he saved her from drowning. And as you'd expect, she blames herself. And it seems so does his best friend, Max. So seeking escape, she goes to stay at her grandmother's. And her grandmother believes colours and time all have deeper meaning. So strange conversations follow. And she wakes up the next morning a year in the past. Carter is still alive. He has absolutely no idea who she is. So essentially, she has been given a chance to wipe the slate clean, start again, and has this ability to technically rewrite the future. So she embarks on a mission to prevent his death. But in doing so, she begins to unravel their relationship along the way. Pushing him away, she finds herself growing closer to the last person she ever expected, Max. While the story explores the realities of living with grief and, learning to move forward, there is this emotional layer added by placing her in this reality where no one else remembers what she's been through. Whilst being surrounded by the same people, she alone carries this weight of knowing what the future might hold. And essentially is mourning a love from another timeline, but is also mourning the version of herself that no longer exists. So the magical realism element really did grab my attention. And, the premise was emotionally rich, but I did find that the time loop aspect, it started to grate on me slightly. Whilst time bending is mentioned and partially explained, we're never truly told how or why certain moments shift the way that they do. And there were points where I was literally thinking, no, when moments were lost or, memories disappeared. And there were times where it just didn't quite make sense to me. Although, it does eventually kind of come together. But I did enjoy watching Max and Neve continually find their way back to each other. It felt like that their connection was woven into the timeline itself. Like certain moments were simply meant to happen, no matter how much you try to change things. However, whilst we saw a lot of why Neve was drawn to Max, we didn't get as much insight into why he felt the same way about her. So that would have been nice to see, more of his perspective. Although the story does wrap up in the end, it does feel a little abrupt, and you are left slightly dazed with a few unanswered questions. But overall, I did enjoy it. It's nicely written, it's fast-paced, and does have this interesting and unique take on second chance love.